Welcome to my channel. This is what I will be doing on my video today, this Easter flower arrangement. I just wanted you to take a closer look. I was trying to take pictures of it, but it didn't show everything up, so I thought I could show you the diamonds here that I use. There's a lot of diamonds I used on this from diamond paintings, the drills. Alright. And then I did a little bow that you can't really see on the side of this. So that's what I wanted to show you. What it looked like before you actually get into it. You'll see me start from start to finish, and I hope you try this project out. It's really pretty. This is how beautiful something recycled can turn into. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start out by making the handle and the spout. So you'll have to use that. To do that, use tin foil. So you just take some tin foil here. Really compress it. Now if you need more, you just add more because it's gotta sit nice, and when it dries, you want to be able to actually hold the handle without breaking it off. You might put a little more. Not bad though. And I just keep folding it and twisting it into the way I like it, the thickness. If it's too thin, whatever. Put it on here. Let's see if I like it. So it's going to go right here to the bottom to here. Let's turn this up a little bit. And right like that looks good. So we're going to do this. I'm going to leave this alone right for now because we're going to use E6000 to glue it on, and it's going to have to sit for at least 24 hours. And you might have to hold it up. You just have to make sure it sticks first, and then it'll be fine. It takes a little bit of time to do that. So over here, take a bigger piece, tin foil. The bottom part's more narrow, and the top is fatter. So I might add up a little piece here. Okay, so it's gonna go. Let's spin this up a little bit. You just have to keep working to it until you like what it looks like as a spout. Alright, so I need, that's gonna have to come down to an angle, and I'm probably gonna put more on the top here. Just keep fiddling with it until I see how I like it. Just the top. And keep adding until, because you want this part to be fat. Like a spout would look. And this is going to come down and up, so you can force this part to an angle. So I'm going to work off camera for this, and then I'll come back once it's glued. I'll come back. Okay, as you can see, I glued it. It's going to take at least 24 hours to dry with E6000, but I held it in place with some packing tape, or any kind of tape would help to pull it in place. And then I cut a 1 3/4 inch punch to put on the top here. So that's where we have it so far. So I'm going to let it go, and I'll get back on the next segment to show what we do next, because this will take 24 hours to dry. Okay, the next step you'll be doing is, this is a good way to get rid of all those, the inner napkin part. And what I mean by, a lot of us use napkins to do decoupage, and you take a piece of tape and you just rip the napkins apart. Here. So rather than discard these inner napkin part of it, here, whoa. All right, this part here, this is what I use to do all these things, and I will be doing other videos on this, using this type of method. So I take the inside of the napkin and I'm going to rip it in pieces, and hopefully you can see this well. I'm going to check the camera. And I just rip all these pieces up, the napkins into pieces, and I have a bunch. That is what we're going to do. We're going to keep layering. We're going to layer the napkins on the can. And if I didn't say anything, this is a really big can, just in case. I'm not sure if I said it in the earlier video. Now what we're gonna stick the napkins on is a solution of, I used Elmer's glue, 1 cup Elmer's glue to 1/3 cup water. I use this all the time. So we're gonna take some glue and I'm just gonna put the napkins all over this. Now this is gonna take a little bit of a process, and you might have to do several layers, but you're gonna have to let it dry in between. This is, so I'm going to do some on camera so you get the idea of what I'm doing, and the rest off. I'll come off and on it to show you the process, like, because I might have to come back again to do spots, like for instance right here. That's why I didn't worry about the can, the dent. This will be easily covered up, and when you put it down on here, and it gives it a nice texture. It fills in spots. The shape of the spout here is how I'm going to fix all this to make it look better too. Is I'll use napkins and I'll fix the spout out. So I'm going to do this for a little while and then do some of it off cam. Alright, I'm going to come back and let this dry, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll probably put another layer, and we might do this 2 more times, just touching up. Alright, so I'll get back to you. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is take a white acrylic paint. Okay. Once it's completely dry, I'm going to start painting this all over white. So we're just going to paint it white, or whatever color you want, but this is white, so it's completely dry. And I'm just going to keep painting with acrylic paint. A couple coats. When it's all done, I'll get back to you and show you what it looks like. I painted 2 coats on this, and it's totally dry. Now we can dry brush this, and I am using a metallic gold, and we are going to dry brush it. So I'm going to dip the paint in my container here. That's a little too much. And I'm going to come with a napkin and just take a lot of it off. And then we're going to go and just dry brush the area. So only the tip of it will get it. Just the edges. Alright. Okay, so let's continue dry brushing on the camera. Just the tips. Okay, now that it's been dried, the dry brushing, of course I should have said you could dry brush any color you want, but I've used gold because I kind of liked what I was doing here. So I'm also going to use a wet brushes so that it's pliable to put this on, and I won't rip what I'm going to do next, which is the napkins application. I'm going to decoupage some of the napkins onto this, well, a little watering can now. Again, I'm using some of my glue. It's Elmer's 1 cup glue, 1/3 cup water, and if it starts to get thick, just add a little bit of water to it. But this has worked for me so long, I use it all the time. Now, I cut all this out, these little sections, for when I did the first one. This is the second one, and this is a gift. So I'm going to decoupage it and figure out how I want to do this. It might be similar to the other one, or a little bit different. I don't know yet. As I go, you can watch me do this. And for the technique, I don't press too hard on this because I don't want to rip the napkin, but it really works well You know, if it came off or it ripped, you can still fix it and add to it. There we go. Make sure that it's all glued down is what you really want to do. And then after I do the whole design, I'll come with the same thing and I'll actually go over here and I will seal it all in with the same glue is fine. And then you can do a coat of Mosh Posh over top of that, or spray Mosh Posh, but I found that this worked good for me, what I was doing with it, just the same glue to seal it all with it. Works good. Okay. And another thing I'm also going to do is we will add some diamonds. See, this is the one I did. I'm going to just switch it out. And if you look, this is fully decorated, this one here. And hopefully you can see it, that I added diamonds all over here. So I'm going to decoupage the whole thing and I'll come across with drilled diamonds, and that's what I've used. I used this on this project. So the excess from drilled diamonds, you know, there's squares and rounds from diamond painting is what I've used on this. That's a good spot to use it for. All right, so we're gonna come back and do a little more, and then I'll finish the rest of this off camera. Okay, I just got it finished. All the pieces Mosh Podged on and put diamonds. I wanted you to take a look at this before I go to the next step, and the final step is to decorate it. So if you can see, the water holes, I used black diamonds. See all the diamonds here, just a quick little look and I'll turn around. And I put some more diamonds here. And after that's done, you come across with Mosh Posh or the same solution that I showed you, 1 cup Elmer's glue to 1/3 cup water, and just seal it all in. This way the diamonds, there's a good chance they won't come off because you've double sealed it. Not only did I glue them with the craft glue, but then I came back and sealed over top of them. That's what I would do. All right, now it's time to decorate. The first thing I'm going to start out with is it weighs too light. So I have about a half bag of stones I got from the dollar store. This was pretty reasonable. I mean, you don't quite need this many, but I got a lot. And then I came back with this styrofoam, flour styrofoam. And I actually kind of went and squished it in like that. And you can put a little more if you want, a little higher. And I'm going to fill all the pieces in. I'm just going to chop this all down to the next stage after. This is a little high. This is a little too low. I used 2 of them the last time because I had less stone in the bottom of this one. But all you got to do is come in with the knife and cut it down. I like it full, and then I come back with these little pieces and I'll fill them in. That's what I'll do. I won't waste any of this. Like, just come in and force it all down in the sections until it's all nicely filled, and then we'll continue on from there. Okay, these are some of the supplies that I'm decorating with, and most of it was bought at the Dollar Tree. So I just want to tell you, by the time I'm done and doing 2 flower arrangements, that was like about $23. So that's not too bad for 2 flower arrangements, and they're great for gifts at a reasonable cost. So let's see what I can do. I cut a lot of the flowers already. They were all on sections like this one, and I just cut them apart first of all to get ready and to make this video not as long. And we're gonna start, I always put something in the center to make it tall. So actually, I'm not even cut this one down. I'm actually gonna go in and bring it as much as I can. And then I'm gonna take these sunflowers and I'll just widen them up. And normally I do put a piece in the top. Let's switch this around. There. And I also like making centerpieces that no matter which way you look at this, it'll look nice. All right, so I started off with a tall piece first, and then I put the fillers in. So you have a main piece that's top, and then I'm just gonna add some flowers. A lot of times I take the petals off, and I just put them all in there, and just do some arranging all over the place. Now I might not show the whole thing done on camera. Again, that's because I don't want to take too much of your time watching this video. It's already taken a while, but it is. It's got stages to it, and it will take a while to do. So I'm going to come in with all kinds of flowers and white, pinks, and I also have this butterfly. It's a flower that looks like a butterfly. I really like the look of this. If you look, see, it opens up like a butterfly. I cut them down, and then I'm going to work with a bag of moss for the bottom. I'm going to put it, once I get all the flowers done, I'm going to put the moss here. A lot of people put moss first. I do it second. You won't use as much moss, and plus for me, I find that it was easier to put the flowers into the form more than it is when it's there. It's really hard because you glued it down. And then I'm going to add some Easter eggs, a few Easter eggs after the arrangement's done. And I did this bow here using this particular brand. I just kept going back and forth. It's got a wire in it, and I tied it off. Let's see if you can see all this in camera. Yeah, the flower, and then I kind of went back and forth with it, and I tied it up right here. This is going to hang on the side here, and I'm just going to glue it. So I will pull out my hot glue, and I will put all these things in with the hot glue, and I'll show you when I'm done. I'll come back to you and you'll see it all together. Okay, I just finished decorating it. That's what it looks like. I'll just give you a little turn here. All right, now this is going to be for my mom's Easter gift, and I will bring in there's mine. So we have two here. Done a little bit differently, but still I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little, I added a little more things to my mom's than mine and changed it up a bit. But there you have two of them, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and have a nice day. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.